Well, hello, my sweets. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed that motivational moment. I hope it resonated with you because if you believe in yourself, the results will come. Let me tell you something. A lot of times, what we do is we believe what people say about us. A lot of times, we believe in those folks who defer their dreams or hopes and let it stay there. Not you, though. You're going to change that about yourself. You're going to work hard, you're going to work smart, you're going to educate yourself, and then you'll see the results will come day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. Remember, it's about progression, not perfection. The results will come when you say to yourself, I can, I will, I must. The results will come when you say, I've got this, I've done this, I've gone this far, I've got this much of a headache, I might as well reap a reward because the results will come. I've got a team of people, I like to call them my three elites folks, and they are going to talk to you guys about just that, how the results have been working for them. Let's start off with my friend, McCray, who is a life coach, who also is in the banking industry. Then we've got Lady S. Lee. Don't get it twisted, because she is an artist, she is a brand innovator, and she is also a motivational speaker. Now, this gentleman here beside me, he is Joshua T. Shipman, and he's an actor, he's a content creator, and he is just all around a great person.
Add consultant on that too.
Add consultant on there. Did you hear him? Okay. So, and they are great parents as well. See, my thing is that what I want you guys to take from this series is that if you have so many different examples of what you can do, what you can be, then what's stopping you? You know what's stopping you? You, okay? So I'm gonna take some time and let these three introduce themselves, and we're gonna get right back at it. All right, you wanna go first, Joshua, Mr. Consultant?
I'll do it. Again, Joshua T. Shipman. I am an actor for over 10 years. Mentor, consultant, father of one, amazing son, brother of many siblings, socialite, whatever you want to call it. All around good guy, and I'm here to give you my ingredients to my success, in hopes that it will influence you to say, shut out all those no's, shut out the no's, and to just go for your dreams.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Lady, you are, just bring it. Go ahead.
Ooh, oh my God. I gotta follow that. That was so good. All right, you guys. So my name is Lady S. Lee. S stands for Sandrea. A lot of people don't know that. That's my real name. And I have my own brand called Soul Love. And I live by that everything that I do, if it doesn't come from the soul, it's not genuine, right?
Yeah.
Sure. So I tend to do things from a very real place. And I've been in the entertainment industry, music, theater, acting for many, many years. And I'm an innovator, right? Like, I believe in inspiring people, motivating people. So I'm here to speak life into you, to motivate you, to uplift you. And I'm in great company, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Miss McCray,
Listen,
tell the people all about you.
again, like she said, I'm McCray, so y'all can see me on social media motivating. I am in the banking industry, so I deal with the money. I do loans.
Money is
I
important.
do mostly business customers, but I work with the people. I am a motivational speaker as well.
Yes.
I am a singer. I am also a dancer. But for church, not that other stuff, but But yeah, and I love just shining the light and really allowing people to see who they really are and their inner beauty and what their purpose is on life. That's what I feel like I was placed here for. And so I just enjoy motivating. I enjoy just loving on people. I enjoy just being authentically me. And letting people understand that it's okay to be you as well. So that's what I like to do. And I just love on people. Y'all, little energy is always positive around me. So,
yes.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. So we're going to jump right into the meat and potatoes of this conversation. So if you guys don't know, if you haven't read, the title of this actual podcast is called Fearless Motivation. Hate it or love it, the results will come. Right. So let's tap into the first question. And lady, you'll be the first one to answer this one. Okay. Tell me this. Did you see yourself in this state right now, the successful part of your life is 2022 right now? Did you see yourself at this moment, in this moment?
So that's a mixed answer. I'm gonna say yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, because I've always felt and knew that I wanted better, right? And I've always felt, and not in a bragging way or, but I always felt greatness within me. So I knew from a very young age that there was so much more.
Right.
And I wanted more, right? I wanted that. I remember watching TV and I'm like, oh, I want to do that, or seeing people on stage. I'm like, oh, and how people would react to them and the power of that. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So I always felt like I had that within me. So yes, in that sense. I'm going to say no in the sense that life has surprised me in so many beautiful ways.
Yeah.
Right? Like every time that I thought that I had it figured out, life threw me something else in such a great way. And there were so many no's that I've received.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I'm like, why? And that no, every no that I have received catapulted me to my yes.
Yeah.
And in the moment, I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I say yes and no.
Well, I knew that it was going to be great. I think that what you're saying is you saw it, you felt it.
Yes.
You're doing it.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely.
Miss McCray,
Yes, ma'am.
because ladies first.
Of course.
Hey,
Same question, baby.
Like she said, yes, because everything in life is calculated.
Yeah.
It's calculated by the mindset, and it's calculated by what you think and what you perceive things to be.
Right.
Most people fail because of their mindset.
Yep.
And the success doesn't come until you understand, until you realize who you are and whose you are, and the purpose that you're created to be on earth for.
Yeah.
So once I figured that out, I knew I was destined for greatness.
Yes.
At that point, because I knew the Creator, and I knew whenever I left heaven to come to earth, it was a purpose behind that.
Come on.
So
you better say it.
I knew it because I calculated it. Hard work, gravity, the way the earth runs is always a law of attraction.
Yeah.
So whatever you put your mind to, whatever you put your heart to, it's going to happen regardless. You have the power to make things happen.
Because the results The results will come.
Will
right.
come.
Ooh,
Yeah. So if I
wow.
decide to go in a corner in a fetal position, there's no success that's going to come to that. But if I say, you know what, I'm going to write this down, I'm going to achieve this, it has to happen.
Yeah.
Like, it has to happen. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Ooh.
Mr. Big Screen.
You know what? You know what's funny? Kind of piggybacking off of both of their answers. Childhood, just being a little kid, maybe 6 or 7 years old, looking at TV.
Yeah.
Looking at behind the scenes, looking at like Lee said, the power that they had from just going after their dreams and seeing how people gravitated towards them, how people wanted to be like them. Now, let's not get that misconstrued. Not saying that I'm chasing the fame, but as a little kid, I saw that and I was like, God knows,
But the results will come.
That's right. I'm like, I have to do that. Like I know. That's what I'm meant for. This is a little kid. I had no idea what manifesting was back then.
Right.
I had no idea that, there was such thing as law of attraction. I had no idea that you speak things over your life and that it will come. So taking what I saw on TV, going into my backyard, setting up the ladder, jumping off the ladder, doing all these crazy things as if the cameras are on me.
Yes.
Now, and of course, my like I said, my siblings, we were outside back then. Like there was no such thing as, we had video games too, but at the same time, we were creating worlds outside of ours.
That's good.
And that's how we kept a close-knit family as well. So that's a different story, but let me come on back. So literally me doing those things, and I'm telling my sisters, I'm telling everybody I run into, I'm gonna be an actor. I'm gonna be an actor on TV. I'm gonna be a famous actor. I'm gonna be a world-renowned actor. I'm gonna be a household name. And now to see where I am today it's still mind-blowing. Even though I'm nowhere near the pinnacle that I'm trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? But just seeing, small town of Hallsboro, shout out to Hallsboro, North Carolina. Come from a small hometown that I'm from, these things are impossible. They're like, dude, now, people see me out now and they look at me like I am Denzel Washington walking around hometown.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
It is an amazing feeling. Even though, and I don't take that lightly because, again, a part of my journey is to show people anything is possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Everything that you see, they were in your shoes. They were like, how can I get to that point?
Right.
How and they made it reality for them. So it's like that shows you alone that these things are possible.
They are possible. You
Yeah.
call for things that be not as so they are.
That's right.
Well, y'all, we're gonna dig a little deeper now.
Let's do it.
Y'all have been deep. We're gonna dig a little bit deeper, okay?
Come on, let's dig.
So really, a lot of times, if you ask anybody, they always say, "Well, this was my moment that I just had to put up or shut up," or "This was my moment. I got tired of being sick and tired." Tell me, guys, when was the moment that you said to yourself, "I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do, and I don't give a damn who has anything to say about it. This is me. This is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to do it." Joshua, tell me that.
About 5 years ago,
Okay.
I was working front desk at a resort in Myrtle Beach, and I already knew I was chasing after it. Doing plays here and there, regional commercials, local commercials. But then it started conflicting with my work schedule all the time.
Yeah.
And even though I let my managers know this, prior to me working there, and, we sat down one day, and it's crazy. I don't know how I wasn't fired, but there were times where I literally just didn't show up because I had a gig.
Yeah.
I had a gig in Raleigh, or I had a gig somewhere else, and I was like, "Look, man, I'm probably not going to make it in." Or there were times where I was 2, 3, 4 hours late for work. You know what I'm saying? The manager's having to stay after work until I got in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we sat down, and he was like, "Hey, man, I know this job isn't your dream, and I know what you really want to do. So what are you going to do?"
Yeah.
That's pretty much the question that came down to me literally taking that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to go ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice, man, because I feel something.
Yeah.
I feel something. It keeps conflicting with my work schedule, because going a little deeper, that's God saying, this is not what
for
you're supposed
you.
to be doing.
You can either accept
This
mediocrity.
is not what you're supposed to be
Right.
doing. You're not supposed to be at a front desk.
Right.
So I gave you that vision.
See those goosebumps.
As a young child, I gave you that vision.
Right.
You see what you're supposed to be doing. You've been chasing it. You've been doing great at chasing it.
Come on now.
It's not gonna be easy, but you're not supposed to be behind this desk.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
That's
I love
when it
that.
was-
I love that. I love that. Honestly, we're in the year 2022 now.
That's
right.
2020 was great. 2021 was even better. It was like, this is my season. This is my season. And it was my season. It was my season.
Right.
But 2021 kind of said, we're not gonna make it so easy for you.
Yeah.
And it's either you're gonna
Yes.
accept mediocrity,
yeah.
are you gonna live in that, or you're gonna say, you know what, I'm gonna push through it and motivate myself. This is what's brought this on.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
So, lady,
Indeed.
Yes.
same question.
Ooh.
What pushed you? What moved you? What said,
Okay.
damn it, I'm gonna get it right?
Girl. Okay. I feel like I'm being long-winded, but can I give y'all I have 3 answers, but I'll make them as short as possible.
I'd be you.
Because they're super impactful, I
Yeah.
feel. So, because I feel like I've lived 3 lives. So, one, the first moment for me, I've had these huge nudges
Yeah.
from the universe, from God. I mean, nudges that were undeniable for me. The first one is many, many years ago, right? I was in a really bad car accident. I cracked my skull open. I had to wear bandages for 6 months. I forgot people's names, people's faces. Even now, there's certain people I'm like, I don't remember where I know them from. And I'll do that, and or I forget my lyrics all the time. And that moment, when I went through that, I had went through this humbling phase in my life, right? You walk around with bandages on your head, and people are like, what the hell's going on with you? What's up? And in that moment, I feel like I found my inner self, and I was like, you know what? First, I know I'm gonna make it through this.
Yeah.
And I had a confirmation in the darkest moment of that day. You get through this, you're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
And it was so undeniable, I couldn't deny it. I knew where it came from. I knew the source, right?
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
And I saw it
Yeah.
firsthand. And I was like, you know what? I don't care what I gotta do. I'm not scared of anything anymore. Anything. Anything is possible. So that was the first moment. Then let's fast forward. I'm living in North Carolina. I had never been in North Carolina. I'm a Jersey girl and an Army brat. So I grew up in Germany and Jersey and Virginia Beach. So this is the longest place I've ever lived in my life, here.
Okay.
This is why this is home. Shout out to Wilmington and Seaport City, baby. Shout out to Englewood, New Jersey. Yes. But I'm here, I'm in North Carolina, and I'm working in the corporate world, right? And to your point, I was doing this thing where I'm like in two worlds all the time. I'm literally like this corporate HR chick, and then I'm leaving work and I'm like racing into the city to go do like a gig, right? And or I'm out here and I'm racing somewhere to go do something else, and it's like I had one foot in, one foot out. And I remember I am always like a very upbeat person. If I'm ever down and my spirit's down, something's not right, because it's so rare for me. I like moving in this positive space. It just works for me, right? I love to smile. So I was not going to work with a smile. I remember it was like a whole week, and people were telling me like, "You all right?" And people don't do that with me. I'm normally the one for everyone else, you know? And I'm like, something's not right here. And I remember making a decision. I felt like, I'm making really good money here, though. What am I doing? You know, at that time, I'm a single parent. I got to pay my bills, you know? We know the struggle, right? And something said to me, you got to leave. And I left a corporate job that I was at for 18 years. I had no plan B. There was no plan B. I had no net. And I remember sitting down with my immediate family, my daughter, my mom, my two sisters, and I was like, guys, family meeting. I'm thinking about quitting Monday. And nobody blinked an eye. My daughter was the first one, was like, good for you, Ma. And it was so impactful for me. And my mother was like, yes, if anybody could do it, you could do it. And I'm sitting there like, why did I not have this for me? And I needed that from my people, you know? And that was a moment that I leapt in that moment. Third one, because I'm trying to make this quick, right? Third one is what you said. I don't know what it was. 2021, there's been a shift from 2021 to 2022. I feel like
mine was 2018. I
Really?
feel like God told me that a shift was taking place.
I feel like it's now. There has been such a shift, and like, you know, COVID has been so eye-awakening and so scary, but I have to be thankful, because in that we've had so many entrepreneurs. People are finding their inner spirit. People are leaping, and people are like, you know what, I don't need to work for anybody. We're losing jobs. It's forcing people, you have to level up. This is my moment right now for me. I feel like out of all the moments, I feel it so much, I'm getting goosebumps again. It's right now. I feel like if not for any moment, whatever you believe in, the universe speaking to you, God speaking to you, because it all comes from one source, right? I feel like that source is saying, if there's ever a moment, your moment is now. So I'm in the moment right now.
Awesome.
I love it.
Y'all don't let me cry. I don't want to cry.
It's okay.
I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. No, I'm not going to
It's all right. Tears of joy leaving the body, girl. That's all.
But rather you go before they make me tear up, because I feel it. I feel it. I feel it.
Get it out.
No.
So kind of to piggyback for what she said, Lady S.
Oh, thank you. I love her.
But
I just love her.
So I had a couple of different moments, honestly. So I come from a background of church. I am a bishop's daughter. So from childhood on up, I had a lot of trauma in my life. Sexual abuse at the age of 12 and 14. So when I couldn't commit suicide, because I tried, that was my moment to say, you know what, I know what my purpose is, because I couldn't die in that moment. I know God had me here for a reason, and it's to help others. And it's to really be there for others, because there are so many little girls that look like me that feel like they're not worthy, that feels like they are not important, that they don't matter in this world. So in that moment, God spoke to me. He said, I put you through this for them. And so, and that was another instance. I was in a hospital, and I went into cardiac arrest. And the doctor came in my room, and he was like, you have to make the decision to live. You have to make the decision. And in that moment, I realized that you have to make the decision on your life. You have to make this decision to whether I'm going to lay down and die, or I'm gonna get up and live.
Girl.
You were intentional.
You have to make the decision, and most people don't understand that everything starts with just a decision. And once you make the decision that I'm going to live for me, and I'm not gonna allow society to tell me who I should be. I don't have to tell society of who I am created to be. You know what I mean? Because my creator, and I'm a believer of God, all for listen. Thank you, Lord.
That's right. Amen.
Listen.
That's right.
And I mean, I understood my purpose, and that was my why. That was the reason that I knew that my purpose was to help others. And I'm still in the, like she said, she's in the corporate world. I'm in the banking industry, and I know even in those moments, I am a witness for somebody that comes through those doors.
Yeah.
Because my first thing is, how can I assist you?
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
And most people that are coming through those doors, I know that God has me there temporarily because I have a ministry there as well.
Girl,
Yes, you do.
better
Because
speak
I
it.
have been in situations where people will come in tears, like they just lost their husband, their son, and I was able to witness to them because of what I went through, the brokenness that I felt, the days I didn't want to get up, and I had that opportunity to minister to them. So I mean,
Girl.
I'm trying to keep
No,
going, but yeah.
listen, you
Powerful.
guys gotta realize that,
Definitely.
you know, the audience is looking at this, and your stories may save somebody from
right.
suicide. It may propel them to a level that they felt like they couldn't be on. I
right.
think God really uses us to help others. And
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't have to be a monetary gain. It can be
Oh, wholeheartedly.
what you say,
Definitely.
Yeah.
what you
That's
say
it.
and what you do. And I had to really look at myself, because I was just like, you know, Lord, I've been doing this thing called life, and I'm 30 some years young, and I just don't really know what I'm doing right now. I need you to
Yeah.
come in and
Hello.
help me. I really feel like, why is this happening to me? I'm crying all the time. I'm looking at my baby girl in her face, and I'm telling her, listen, mommy is going to get through this. We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're not
That's
going to
right.
struggle. And she hasn't felt anything. And I think that's a blessing too.
It is.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oof.
Because I had to look at her and say, you're my why. You're my why. You saved me years
Oof.
ago.
I know that feeling, girl.
I understand that I am purposed here for you and whatever it is. And then I tell people all the time, God gave me something. This mouth, pause, is a great thing that he gave me.
It's the pause for me.
Yes.
It's a great thing that he gave me, and I would be a fool not to use it.
Right.
Anybody I reach, she'd be like, "You're so funny! Oh my God, girl!" You know. And sometimes that energy is great. Some people like it, some people don't, or whatever. So I would be a fool not to use it. I would be a fool not
That's
to
right.
use it. So let me ask you guys this. I had to make sure that I understood why I was doing something, what's motivating me, what's getting me up every damn day. So I'm going to ask you guys this. What is your why? What gets you up in the morning? You can't use God, because God, we already
course.
know.
Definitely.
He's got us up.
Yeah.
But tell me, what is your why? I'll let you go
Okay.
first, lady.
Not that it's not anymore, baby girl, but it was my daughter for the longest
Yeah.
time. Literally, she saved my life.
Yeah.
And I say not anymore now because she's starting her own family now. She's older, and I've done what mommy needed to do.
Yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
She's a
You
beautiful
gave
young
what it was.
lady. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
She is beautiful.
And now I feel like I know how precious life is.
Yeah.
And I've lost a lot of people close to me, like close, and it makes me fearless. And I will tell a stranger quick, I love you. And some people look at me like, well, how can you love? And I genuinely mean it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm open with my feelings. I'm open with my walk, and that's my why. I know that every moment is a gift.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like people like, you live every day, or you only, what is it? You only live once.
Yeah.
And no, baby. No. You die once.
That's right.
You live every moment, every day.
That's right.
And when you think like that, you maximize everything. So
Yeah.
I'm in that process
I like
of
that.
maximizing everything in my life. That's my why.
I love that, because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
this life is long.
you.
We shorten it by
Yes.
making it seem as though it's short, or listen to what the hell other people say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
At this point, there were a lot of people that said, you know, Tiffany, maybe this ain't for you. Maybe this acting thing ain't for you. Maybe this podcasting ain't for you. Maybe you're not that funny, you know. But I had to say to myself, yeah, I am, because if I can move a room full of people that don't know me,
Hello.
there's something in there.
Absolutely.
So forget what you're saying. Don't defer your lack of whatever you couldn't do onto me.
That's
'cause
facts.
Good for you.
Watch me work. So Joshua,
say
if
it.
you want to go,
Listen.
what's your why? What gets you up in the morning?
First thing is the fact that people closest to you, people who are, just everybody thinks that this industry is literally you're picked for this stuff.
Right.
I've
Yes.
actually had a family member actually say this before. Man, you might as well leave that stuff alone, man. They pick people for stuff like that.
Ooh.
Wow.
They literally Literally.
Because he knew because he was in it?
Well,
Right. That's another thing. I learned,
Listen.
guys, people who have never had $1 million, they cannot teach you how to make $1 million.
Say that.
People who have never acted, they've never auditioned, they cannot tell
Cannot
you
tell you
what
how to
the
do it.
industry is looking for. People who have
That's right.
never stood in stages and places and stood up in front of a whole bunch of crowds and spoke to people. They can't tell you how to speak
Exactly.
publicly. Just saying. Go ahead, baby.
Hello.
No, you good. You good. But
Touch
that-
my soul.
that
Yes.
for that purpose alone, and then it was just like, it was to prove to me. It was to prove to myself. Like at one point, I'm not gonna try to prove things to anybody. Like I don't have time for that. Like
Hello.
I have to put that energy into making this thing possible, making this thing real. So that and the fact that my immediate family and the fact that they support me so much, that gives me another reason why. I mean, they were at my plays. We're talking college. They're at my plays. Man, I've had my family members rush home from church to catch one of my shows on TV. I've had literally genuine support. Like,
Love that.
they know I do this. They know I do this thing
That's
with,
right.
with all my heart and passion. So that, and of course, my wife, my son. I want my son to, not gonna say I want my son to avoid situations in the world. I mean, because he's gonna have to have things to make him a man or whatever.
Yeah.
But I want him to see that he can do anything he wants to do.
Yes.
So just him seeing that and just knowing that the possibilities are beyond what he can see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And of course for us to be able to have fun together.
Yeah.
I'm doing this thing so he can see what this industry is about. I mean, he already does auditions with me. He already does.
I love it.
He loves it.
Awesome.
He loves to watch me. He'll always ask me, "Can I work with you too? Can I work with you now?"
Aw.
So I mean, those are my whys. Literally because
Awesome.
it's possible.
Yeah.
The support from your family that or whoever, strangers will even support you
telling you.
a lot quicker than people who are closer to you.
Telling you.
So and then my son. So those are pretty much my three whys.
Yes.
Why I do this stuff.
I love it.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Oh.
And listen, if he wants to continue to audition, please, as you already know, little kids get a job
Oh, of
quicker
course.
than we will.
Yes, that's right. That's
Makes
right.
me mad. Like he'll get a series regular on something
Yes.
at the age of 12.
Right.
And
Telling you.
I'm still fighting it at age
Right.
34. Like,
Right.
bruh.
Been pushing.
But yeah, I would love that for him though.
Yes.
That's what I want
It's
for him.
coming.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Miss
you're welcome.
McCray,
Yes.
what's your why? What gets you up in the morning?
Couple things actually.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
girl.
gonna keep it short though. Well, I have a motto. I write it all the time. That my why is for you.
Okay.
So everything that I do when I wake up in the morning, especially being a life coach, I have people that I work with on a day-to-day basis that need me.
Yes.
So the reason I get up in the morning is because of them.
Yes.
The reason I do what I do is because of them. I think I said it earlier, like whenever, even in the banking industry, when somebody walks in the door, how can I help you?
Yeah.
How can I assist you? So my why is just to help and to really be an example for my son. And he's 6. So
Yeah.
he's learning and he's looking at me and he's watching me. Now that I'm a single mom, he's watching everything that I do. And so I definitely want to be an example for him. And another reason why I get up every day is to break generational curses.
Ooh.
Come
Girl,
on.
yes.
And to break the pathology
Yeah.
of African Americans not being successful.
Oof.
Right.
And especially in my family, I don't have a lot of college graduates, but I don't have a lot of people that has been successful.
Yeah.
So I want to break that curse that, listen, it stops with me.
Yeah.
And I get up every day and I strive to be better than I was yesterday.
Yes.
Just for them.
Yeah.
And my son, to let him know, like he said, that you can do anything you put your mind to.
That's right.
Trusting in God and believing in yourself, you can achieve anything. Because he always says, well, mommy, I want to be a doctor. And I always speak life into him.
Yes.
Because as a child, I wasn't spoken life into.
Yeah.
I was always told, oh, girl, get that out your head. You're never going to be on TV. You're
Yeah.
never going to be a singer. This is what I was taught. And people don't understand the damage that you're doing to even
Telling
children
you.
at that age.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to break that cycle. And I want to make sure that he understands that he is valuable,
Yeah.
and that he can achieve anything he put his mind to. And don't let your skin color,
Yeah.
don't let the fact
Hello.
that society makes you look like a threat.
Right.
And I teach him that every day. Every time my son is around me, I speak life into him and say, you know what? You can be whatever you want to be. I love you. You are loved. You are valuable.
That's right.
So don't allow society to tell you that you're not. Because as a black son,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes in society, they tell them that they are a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I have
Yes.
to teach him that no, you're not.
That's
And you
right.
can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, anything you want to be. So that's my wife for getting up to make sure to ensure that curse is broken.
Yes.
Right.
And so for any little girl, little boy that's out there looking, anybody that's even an adult, let you understand that, listen, life is what you make it.
That's
Yes,
right.
it is.
No more excuses.
Take the limits
Ooh.
off.
There you go.
2021 taught me how to be strong, but this year I'm going to be successful. and
Hello.
Right.
That's
Right.
it.
So that's my
Right.
wife.
That's
yeah.
it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll say this.
Yes.
My why is my child, but my why is changing what was taught in me. Depression and fear has, for my family, for some reason, that is just like big. The spirit of abandonment, it reigns really heavy, and rejection is bad. Okay, so I want to change that.
Yes.
And so a lot of times when I couldn't get a babysitter, I bring that girl and I tell her, I have a conversation. I listen, don't you act up. And she, the whole time, she wouldn't act up. She was watching me.
Right.
And one time I wanted her to do, take some Christmas pictures at 5. And my baby posed so nicely.
Aw.
And I didn't have to, the photographer was like, she ready, isn't she? I was like, okay. And I said, where you learn that? I watched you. I was like,
Oh.
ooh. I was like, okay.
There you
I
go.
love it.
Okay,
Oh.
and so because I couldn't get babysitters, and I just had to tell them, like, I promise you, my baby really, really good. She really, really good. All she needs is my phone. And sure enough, sometimes the reason why I know what I'm supposed to be doing is right is because I didn't let limitations stop me from what I'm doing.
That's right.
And I let the person that needs to see it was my baby. And so she's been seeing it, and she is just like, she gets gigs.
That's
Oh, yeah.
right.
Modeling and acting, she gets gigs before
There
I
you go.
do.
Yes.
I mean, I ain't jealous, but because it's all good,
Right.
you know.
Listen.
But I'm just like, that's why you have to
It's
be
your legacy.
careful. You have to. If I sat in self-pity, lack, being fearful, then that young life, which she came through me, she's
Gonna
that,
absorb
you
it.
know, she came through me.
Yes.
So she's supposed to see it. So therefore, she wouldn't have seen it.
Right.
Because there's no telling what she's supposed to do. This Jonesy Sweet may be a new mantra for her, and it might be something different.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Jonesy Sweet may not go anywhere, but it might set a precedence for the next, you know, Oprah Winfrey or Tamron Hall. How y'all doing?
Oh no, it's going somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
We're
going
talking-
somewhere.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
I want her to see different. I don't want
Yes.
her to see the depression and the lack and
you
no
go.
funds coming in. My daughter tells her friends, I'm rich.
Ooh.
My mommy's rich. Now, we're
Listen.
not rich, but
She
we're
might be
rich in
speaking
life,
something.
Hello.
love,
She's speaking it.
prosperity,
Life.
because it's our divine nature to be
That's
happy,
right.
healthy, and whole.
That's right.
Ooh.
Successful and prosperous.
That's right.
Yes.
So how I see myself in 5 years, I see myself in a bigger space. I see a studio coming. I see networks calling me to say, listen, Jonesy, we like what you're giving out here. We just want to learn to find that chat. In maybe
Yes.
5 or 8 years, I
Yes.
feel like Tyler Perry's going to be like, Jonesy, I like what you're putting out here.
Facts.
Oprah's interviewing me.
Ooh.
Tamron Hall saying, hey, sis.
That's right.
That's
I heard I
right.
was your favorite.
That's right.
And she is, if she's listening.
Ooh, girl, yes.
So these are the things that I tell myself, and if I call for things that be not as though they are, they will happen. Because
Come
here's the
on.
thing. A couple of years ago, I had somewhat, I ain't gonna mention their name, I had somewhat of a managerial issue. We're gonna say it like that. That's a nice way to put it, right?
Girl,
Okay.
listen.
A managerial issue. And they told me when I said no to them, oh, well, if you start modeling, they're gonna say you're fat. I'm like, okay, but they do call me fat in a different way. But if they said that, oh, you can't really act, and I was like, no, because I'm a
They just try to-
handful in regular life. So if I'm a handful in regular life, I know I got to be funny to somebody.
That's right.
You know, but when I put them out of my life, the doors just open.
See?
But it's not a bad thing when you go through people like that, because they teach you something, whether they know it or not, that those naysayers are going to be there, but they teach you to prepare.
Yes.
Don't listen. Understand that that's them trying to deflect their inner issues onto you.
Absolutely.
And they cannot do what you do because they were not purposed for it.
Absolutely.
So That's my why. I mean, that's my why, and that's where I see myself.
Okay.
And I want to know, Rylan, what do you see yourself in 5, 10 years?
Ooh, girl. I see myself all over the TV.
Yes.
No, okay.
Yes, that's right.
Listen,
That's
Sarah
right.
Jakes Roberts, I'm coming for you.
There you go.
But
There you
no,
go.
I see myself. I'm writing a book now,
Mhm.
so I definitely see myself traveling.
Okay.
Motivational speaker. I see myself, and I visualize it all the time.
Mhm.
I write it in my manifestation journal
Oh,
and
it's done.
everything.
Yeah.
I see myself on a stage in a arena, like
Mhm.
speaking life into people.
Yes.
I'm talking about brokenness, depression, anxiety.
There you go.
I see myself speaking life into people. And just traveling, like I said, with my book, I see myself. I know it's going to be a hit, so when I'll tell y'all when it's coming out. But
Yes. Oh, I
but
love
yeah,
it.
I see myself traveling and just spending time with my son and just on a bigger platform.
Yeah.
And to piggyback what you said, we have to be delivered from people.
Yeah.
We have to be delivered from the things that people say, because sometimes those things can hinder us
Yeah.
That's right.
in our growth and in our walk. And I did that for
Absolutely.
so long.
Yeah.
I went by what my auntie told me, what my grandmother told me,
Girl.
what my classmate told me, what my teacher told me. And I'm like, you know what? You can't see my purpose, so I
Yeah.
can't look at you for direction.
Exactly.
'Cause
Don't
you're
let
not the
your fear
creator.
talk to me. Your fear can't talk to me. Shut
Exactly.
up. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't allow anybody to interfere with that. Like I
Quiet.
don't allow anybody to interfere with that, because I
Yeah.
know my purpose is greater.
Yes.
And when you're on a level of fast food, you're not gonna
Yeah.
understand fine dining.
Say that.
So I cannot go
Well,
by what people say.
I like
'Cause
that.
most people that have a negative mindset hasn't been anywhere.
Right.
But
You're
when you're
attracted.
focused on your goals, you don't have time to be worried about somebody else. I don't have time to hate on her. I don't have
Right.
time to hate on you.
Right.
But when I'm focused on the goal,
Yeah.
all of the other outside noise is silent.
Right.
So
Exactly.
Ooh, that's
Exactly.
awesome.
yeah.
Exactly. All right now.
Y'all talking some things.
Come on.
Ooh,
Hey, we just
God.
talking so a little bit of switch
Yes.
here, girl. A little bit.
Yes.
You gotta go through a little shit, talk a little shit,
That's
right?
the truth.
All right.
That's the
Listen.
truth,
Now,
baby.
where do you see yourself in 5
Okay.
years, 10 years?
Okay, so I have this saying where I say, I always want to be mature enough to be wise and continue to stay wise, but young enough to always leap, right?
Okay.
So I never want to grow old in any type of a way. And I will continue to use every gift that God has given me, every gift. I feel like I have a lot of talents, and I'm a Virgo, and for the Virgos out
Me too,
there,
girl.
oh, I should have known.
Is it 3 in a row? Virgo Nation.
What's the Virgo Nation?
do this.
Stand up, V,
We do
baby.
this.
Wait, what's the 4th, September 4th?
August 30th.
Yes, when's yours?
September 22nd.
Oh, really? That's my sister's birthday.
Yes.
Oh, we
Did you
meant to
plan
be in each
this?
other's lives.
Yes.
Oh my
I
God.
didn't plan it, but you know.
We all supposed to be here, okay?
Right.
That's
All
right.
right. So, I feel like I love to write. We know this.
Okay, yeah.
I'm writing a book also. I'm writing my
I love
first
it.
book right
Okay.
now.
Oh,
And so I always write a book on Facebook anyway. And people have been telling me, like, they're like, you're the only person that can write all this stuff and people actually read
And they
it.
read it
Because
it's
people
real.
don't read.
'Cause
Thank
it's
you.
real.
They
Yeah.
don't read it. And I'm like,
It's
people will
real.
tell me, like my daughter's always like,
I
do
read it
not.
because I hear your voice.
Yes, baby.
I
Thank
hear your voice when you read it. I'm
Thank
like,
you.
okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
you better say it. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
So,
Pay attention.
I've
Yeah,
had people
listen.
telling me all the time, like, why don't you take these things? Because you're putting out knowledge. And when I do it, I don't overthink. I
Right.
literally get up and I speak from my spirit.
There you go.
Like, I'll feel something, and it's always from a real place. Something I could have went through, going through, or
Yeah.
a conversation I had, and I'm like, this got to be out there, and I'm obedient, and I
Boom.
don't think through it. I don't overread it. I'm like, and I'm like,
I
dang,
love
nobody
it.
ever corrects my grandma
love it.
either. I love it. Like, y'all really ride for
Because
me.
Right.
You
You're not trying
know?
to teach an English class.
Right.
You're
It's
you're
about the
giving life.
message.
Yes.
Thank
You know what I'm
you.
saying? Excuse
Thank
me,
you.
y'all. Oh, sorry
Okay.
about that.
So I am going to continue
That's
to
your
walk
agent
in my
calling.
No.
Okay.
yeah.
It's all good.
I am going to be in a top best-selling movie alongside this
You
superstar
better
right
go on.
here.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
We're gonna speak that.
There we go.
I want to be on stages. I want anybody. This is my thing. Anyone that I meet, right? If I can leave them, I want to leave everybody better
than how I met them. Like it's a goal for me.
Yes.
And I try to do it effortlessly, and I try to just be genuine in who I am as a person. So if I can have one person say like, it was something different about her, and
Yes.
I feel I'm just a better person after having known her or having a moment with her. That to me lets me know I'm on the right
Everything.
path.
Yes,
Right.
everything. Yes.
So music, acting, podcasting.
Damn.
I'm gonna have a happy, healthy marriage because I didn't see that growing up, but I'm going to
Right.
have that in my life.
Yes, you
Right.
will.
I am going to normalize Black luxury.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm
Ooh.
going to speak into Black women because
Come
we are
on.
everything.
Yes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be pushing Jonesy Sweet because you've been doing your thing.
Doing your
And
thing.
I'm going to
Thank
be
you.
supporting
Amen.
you and everything
you.
I do. Like, yeah, you know, I saw these millionaires and Jonesy's coming through in a second because she's a
Right.
millionaire
Come
too.
on.
Yes.
And
Speak that.
yes.
I'm going to break
Yes.
every curse,
Yes.
every hindrance, and I'm going to walk in my purpose.
Boom.
That is
I
awesome.
love it.
Boom.
Yes.
You walking in it.
Thank
Walking
you.
in it.
Thank
You just gonna
you.
get some red bottoms to go with
You know what? You better say it.
Listen.
You better
long
say it.
heels.
And if you ain't look, and if you ain't got the red bottoms, just paint them on, girl.
That's it.
Hey. That's it. That's
You
it.
know what too?
You walk it.
That's
Man,
it.
you walk
Yes,
it in the-
right. Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely.
Listen, where do you see yourself, Denzel? I mean, Joshua.
I'm gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it
Yeah,
simple.
yes. I ain't gonna lie. It's just fine. Go ahead.
I'm sensing a connection.
Yes.
You know, official. We just gonna keep it real. You know, official red carpets,
Yes.
Say
businesses,
that.
Come on,
Okay.
take me with you.
peace, prosperity,
Yes.
amazing life
Okay.
for everybody
Yes.
around me.
Love
That's
it.
it.
Ooh.
love it.
Yes.
Yes,
That's it.
there
I
you
love
go.
that too. I love that
There you
too.
go.
I love that too. Well, listen, my sweets, my loves. I hope this has been phenomenal.
right.
It has.
Phenomenal. Because life, love, and liberty is supposed to be for all of us, and we have to do it through the good, through the bad, and the ugly. And
Absolutely.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't ever forget that you need to be who you are. You are an authentic person, and nobody can do what you do.
That's right.
Until next time, guys, be well, my sweets. All right.